Guys, I am super excited to be here again. It's been several months since my last video, and in that video I was actually sharing with you my first week in my Candida die-off and trying the diet from the candidadiet.com plan, and things were bad. I was sick. And this, let me go back just a little bit. A month before that, I was finally diagnosed with nothing. And 3 months before that, really, it began in January, nearly a year ago to this date, of me having skin lesions. Didn't know where they were coming from. I was a really healthy person. As a matter of fact, I'm a wellness coach and nutritionist. And so when this started happening and I started having skin lesions on my legs and on my eyes and my head, my hairline, the doctors thought definitely, absolutely, 100% lupus. And if it's not lupus, then let's look at lymphoma. So I went through a lot of blood panels, which all came back negative for everything. Inconclusive. And they scratched their heads and said, we don't know, go to a dermatologist. You know, that it's scary, but it's also very relieving at the same time. We're thinking, okay, I'm going from cancer to I don't know what. So I went in there not knowing what to expect, and I got a cortisone cream. Well, you know, didn't work. Made things worse. It thinned my skin. It made me a little bit more sensitive. And basically at the time, I had, if you go back and look at my video, I really want you to look at that first video, guys. I had a really severe rash. It was on my scalp. It went all the way from the beginning of my scalp, the top of my scalp, around the edges, around to the back, right? It went up here on the crown of my head and through the back. And I started losing my hair. And I was in a lot of pain. It burned, it itched, it ached, it was all consuming. But that was just one thing that was happening with me. I also had lesions on my shins. I had bad scars that started to appear under my arms. And that's when I started cutting the sugar. But I will say, I stuck to this Candida diet, and when all of this rash that I had here, this fungal, it was a fungal activity infection here, when it started to spread after I started to starve my body of sugar, man, I tell ya, I wanted to quit. It was awful. But I knew I couldn't, because I read and I heard from so many people that I couldn't. I was blessed with people in my life that had been through this before. So I just balls to the wall, man, I'm doing it. And it sucked. You know why it sucked, guys? Not because I had to go through it, because, man, I'd do it. I'd do it. I'd go through the pain. I'd go through the burning. I'd go through the lack of appetite, the weight loss, the constipation, the pain, the itching, everything that I went through, knowing that I get this out of my system. But I had to raise 5 kids under the age of 11 at the same time. My husband's a theater professor, and he is on the road doing TED Talks. My husband's on the road performing, directing, teaching, 70, 80 hours a week. We love it. We love what he does. But at the same time, here's me sitting back here going, I can't do this. I can't do this. But I had to, because I knew that I was not going to live like this anymore. I was not going to live with the itching, all-consuming, losing, loss of hair, not wanting to go in public. I had kids. They had a life, and I was not going to hide behind them or make them hide behind me. So when I finally figured out that the doctors just didn't know, that's when I realized, okay, Nicole, start doing your research, find out what other people are saying, and just start trying things. Trial and error. And that's what I did. And I did it for 6 months. But man, I tell you what, 2 months into it, I realized that I was on the right track because things started to heal. I'm not going to say it was easy. Die-off is hard, and it's hard on your liver, it's hard on your pancreas, it's hard on your kidneys, it's hard on your skin, it's hard on your hair, it's hard on your attitude, it's hard on everything. You feel like you're in a drug detox, but when you get through this, you're going to come out on the other side shining, and you're going to smell like a rose. Because, man, I tell you, good health is the most important thing in the world. I know people say that debt freedom is the most important thing in the world. And other people say that finding that peace and joy of just being and knowing who you are is the most important thing in the world. But you cannot find who you are or where you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to be doing, unless you have good health, if you're in good body and good mind and good spirit. And when you're sick, that's all thrown off. And so when I finally found that through getting my gut healthy, basically, I found life. That's what the next segment is going to be about. It's going to be about probiotics. I have so many segments, guys. Probiotics, fermented probiotics, alkaline water, artesian water, cleanses, natural foods, antifungal foods, things that have healed my body over the last 6 months. And I gotta tell you, I feel like a mom of 5 now. I feel amazing, and I'm a better wife, I'm a better woman, and I love life. I love being who I am, and I love being able to wake up every day going, I feel alive. I don't just feel like I'm here. It's not a struggle anymore. I feel awesome. So, if you need this, keep watching.